See the description for quick links in this review. For around $150, we have the Diana Trail Scout. It is a CO2 powered bolt action rifle with a barrel length of 19 inches. There are two models, one that fires .177 caliber pellets or 22 caliber pellets. In this review, I'll be using the 22 caliber version. The standard features this gun comes with is impressive. A screw-on suppressor, adjustable windage and elevation iron sights, a 11mm dovetail rail, 7-shot rotary magazine in 22 or 9-shot in 177, and finally a adjustable trigger. The suppressor is beyond impressive. Here's a simple test I conducted where I placed a mic 25 yards from the muzzle of the gun and recorded the gun firing with and without the suppressor. With the suppressor, the max decibel reach was -10 decibels, but without the suppressor, the max dB reach was -4. Now, this test is in no way accurate, but it does tell you that the suppressor works. There is a two-part dovetail on top of the receiver, the first piece being 2.43 inches and the other is 0.875 inches. The rail is pretty standard, but I would rather have the longer part of the rail be in front of the breech rather than the rear, and you'll see why this is important later. The rotary mag has potential. It holds 7 pellets for the 22 cal version or 9 pellets for the .177. Loading the magazine is not as intuitive as I would like, so you're going to have to learn how to load this mag. When loading, make sure that the base of the pellet is facing the transparent plate of the magazine. The transparent plastic faces the shooter when loaded. Another issue with this mag is that it will squish a pellet if you're not careful when loading. Ironically, this doesn't affect the accuracy of the pellet at short range, but I'm sure if you're trying to push this gun out farther, then you're going to run into consistency problems. That being said, I wasn't able to get good groups out of this gun. I tried 3 different pellets and they all had problems. Using the magnifier, I got an average grouping of 0.98 inches at 25 yards. Using the single shot tray, I got an average grouping of 1.31 inches. So both of these are pretty miserable groupings, but I have a feeling this gun can perform way better. So I'm going to buy more pellets and test them out. If you want to see me try again and see if I can get this gun to group better, click on the gray card in the corner. To compare these two groupings, I tested my 2240 pistol that I converted into an SBR, and I was able to get an average grouping of 0.56 inches at 25 yards, which is definitely superior. I have a love-hate relationship with the power system of this gun. The gun uses 3 12-gram CO2 cartridges, which at first I loved because A, I thought I could use between 1 and 3 full cartridges to power the gun. But I was wrong. If you don't load up 3 full cartridges, you won't have enough power to fire the gun. The way the gun works is that when 1 or 3 cartridges are punctured inside the gun, this entire chamber is pressurized. 1 cartridge doesn't allow for enough pressure in the gun. The second flaw with this gun is that when it gets to a low enough pressure that you can't get any more good shots out of it, you have to blank fire the gun until the pressure gets to a safe level before unscrewing the end of the tube. If you try to unscrew the end of the chamber before reaching a safe level, you'll ruin the O-ring as the gas escapes. The length of pull in this gun is short, which is why I wanted the long end of the dovetail to be on the front end of the breech. With the long end being in front, I can mount the scope farther from my eye without having to slide the scope in the scope rings. To make this gun better to use, I'm going to have to build a different stock to adjust the length of pull depending on the scope I'm using. I bought this gun to use on night vision rat hunts in my family's chicken farm. It had all the features I was looking for: a CO2 power plant, a suppressor, and a removable magazine. But I'm not really impressed with the gun in its current state. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to make this gun usable, and if you want to see how I upgraded the gun, click on this link to the right. If you want to see me shooting rats and other creatures with my old air gun, a Benjamin Discovery, click on the link to the left.